Hello there soulmates, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Esther. If this is your first time of seeing my channel, thank you for stopping by. So in this tutorial we're going to be learning how to make this stylish vest top that is armless. If you're interested in learning how to make this, join me while we get started. Okay then, so we're going to try to make this tutorial beginner friendly. So this is our paper that I'll be using to draft the front pattern. I'm just going to draw a straight line at the top there. Okay, so after labeling the shoulder line, I'm going to come to the one side of the paper, which I'll be using as my center front. So I'm just going to draw a straight line because I realize the paper is not entirely straight. So I'm just going to use my ruler and pencil to draw a straight line so that I can use it to, to work. It will be like a guide. So from that straight line that I marked, I'm going to mark 2 or 3 inches. So you can mark 3 inches just to be on the safe side, but I'm going to mark 2 inches because I do not have enough paper and I'm managing this paper. So I'm going to mark 2 inches from the shoulder down to the end of the paper, and I'm going to connect it with a straight line. So I'll be using my marker to make this bold, and this line we are drawing is going to serve as our center front. Then the 2 inches space that I marked there earlier is going to be our placket. Okay, we are going to be using that to we're going to be folding that and putting the buttons around that area. So now I'm marking my vertical measurement from the shoulder. I'm marking the shoulder to the bust, shoulder to waist, and shoulder to hip. So shoulder to bust is 9.5, shoulder to waist is 16 inches for the front. So for the back is 14.5. okay, the shoulder to waist for the front and back is not the same. The back is always smaller than the front because the front has a bust in front, so it's going to occupy more space. Then from the waist to the hip, I'm using 8 inches. Okay, so it differs. It can be 8 inches, 8.5, 9 inches. Just use whatever that whatever measurement you're working with. So after that, I connected with straight lines and I labeled them the bust point, the waist, and hip. Now I came to the shoulder line and marked 7 inches, which is the shoulder measurement divided by 2. I came down by 1 inch, and from that 1 inch I'm marking 7 inches from that point, which is my armhole depth. To get this, you're just going to divide your bust circumference by 6 and add 1.5. So mine is giving me 7 inches and I marked it there. Okay, after marking it there, I repeated the same thing on this side because I wanted it to be a straight line, so I just connected them and labeled it my chest line. So if you have been watching my tutorials, you will see how this is done. And for those that are beginners and that are finding it difficult to understand this, I have a detailed tutorial on how to draft a basic bodice, which I'll be leaving in the description. You can go there and watch it. It's very detailed and it's not as fast as this. Okay, so I'm marking my shoulder slope where I came down by 1 inch from that shoulder area I marked, and I'm connecting it to the neck width, which is 3 inches from the center front, and I'm marking a neck depth of 3 inches as well. So I marked 3 by 3 and I'm placing this front curve to connect the curve together. This is to give me my neckline. Okay, so as you can see, I already have that there. I just extended it to the placket area. So if you take your time, you will get it right. So after doing this, now I'm just going to go ahead and mark my bust circumference divided by 4 on that chest line, and I took the midpoint of this armhole depth that I connected from that shoulder slope down to the chest line. I took the midpoint and I came in by half of an inch. You can see that I connected that half of an inch from the midpoint to where I have my shoulder slope, and for the other part I'm placing my curve to connect where I have that half of an inch coming in to where I marked the bust circumference divided by 4 on the chest line, and that is how I have my armhole curve. So I came down to where I have my bust area. I want to go ahead and impute the body measurement, but before I do that, I'll mark my darts. So I took the nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, which is my bust span, and that's 3.5. I marked it on the bust points, the waistline, and the hip line. After marking it, I'm going to connect the 3 of them together with a straight line. Okay, so after connecting them with a straight line, I'm going to take a dart on the waist. I'm just going to use half of an inch on both sides. If you're a plus size, maybe from your bust is about 40 and above, just go ahead and use like 0.75. okay, then from this bust point line, I came down by 1 inch. Okay, you can use 0.75 or 1 inch, but I used 1 inch here. Then I connected it to where I have the dart intake that I've marked on the waistline. Okay, as you can see, I've done that. So for this hip area, I'm not going to extend the dart to the hip area. I'm just going to come up from that hip line by 2 inches and connect the dart to that 2 inches that I marked, as you can see. But I'm just going to go ahead and extend it with my marker to the hand, because from this style I noticed that the hip was joined at that part, meaning that it was cut open. So I'm going to extend it to the hand. Okay, so now that I want to impute the body measurement for the waist area, I'm going to take my waist measurement divided by 4, but I'm going to add that 1 inch I have on the dart area. I'm going to mark waist measurement divided by 4, then I'm going to add the 1 inch there to it. Then for the bust area, I've already gone ahead to divide it by 4, which I marked earlier. Then the waist, the hip rather, I'm going to divide it by 4 as well. And then now I'm going to connect them together with my ruler and my curve. So you're going to take your time to do this, and after doing this, we'll go ahead. So I want you to also know that this clothes is going to have a bust dart. Remember that I said that the front and the back waist, shoulder to waist, is not the same. So the difference between the shoulder to waist for the front, which is 16, and for the back 14.5, is 1.5. I'm going to take that 1.5 on this bust area. I'm going to come down from the bust line by that 1.5, and from this dart line that I marked, where I marked my nipple to nipple line, I came out by 0.75. see, I did not extend it directly to the dart line. Okay, so that's a 1.5 inch. I connected it to where I marked that 0.75 away from the bust pan line, and that was how I got my bust dart. So to get the design for that hem area, I came up from the hip line. I came up by 2.5. I wanted to use 3 inches, but I decided to use 2.5. You can use 3 inches, 2.5, or even 2 inches. It totally depends on how you want it to come out. Okay, so after taking my time to place my curve, I ended up connecting them together. Remember I said that there's going to be a joining at that area, or the bust pan line on the hip area. It's not going to be closed. Okay, it's not going to be closed, so I'm going to be joining that part. Then after that, I want you to also know that this bust dart is going to be closed, and from this part I took my curve to connect it like this. So if this was a princess dart, it would have been connected to the armhole. Okay, but from the design, I observed that it is not a princess dart. It doesn't have a princess dart, but it has a bust dart at the side, and it also has a dart on the waist area. So I tried to get it right. I noticed it was not a princess dart that was used, but I knew that with this method you'll be able to get it. So now let's work for the planket area. Remember I used 2 inches here. If you put 3 inches before, you can go ahead and just mark 2 inches out of it. The 3 inches is just for you to have enough space to work. Okay, so I used 2 inches because it's enough for you to do the folding when you want to cut it on your fabric. Okay, so now I'm going to come to this waist area. I'm going to come to the waist area, and I'm going to mark 2 inches from the center line on the plackets, because I want to connect them together. So I'm going to take my ruler and connect from the neck rather to the waist. Okay, and I'm going to stop there. Then after stopping there, I'm going to come to this hip line. I'm going to come to where I have my bust pan line. Okay, so you can actually connect it from that waist to the line, but I'm going to come out from that line by 1 inch. I think that was how it is in the design. Just come out by 1 inch or 1.5 and connect it to that waist. Okay, and that way you have that design at the front. So when you have done this, just know that this is the area where the buttons are going to be. This is the placket, like the part you'll be folding and putting your button at the end of the end of the making of the dress. So if you look at this part, like as I was saying, we're going to cut it open for that place so that the bust dart can close very well. You can actually take this on your fabric, cut it directly on your fabric, and join them from the waist or the bust dart, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be slashing it open because I feel it's going to be better, or it's going to come out really nice if you cut it separately than cutting it directly like this on your fabric and then joining. So I'm trying to cut it out now because I want to show you what it looks like when you close the bust dart. And mind you, before you can close a dart, you have to open another dart. So I'm going to be opening this center dart, I mean the one at the waist. I'm going to open it so that we can close the bust dart and we can see what it looks like. At this point, if you're finding this tutorial very helpful, do not hesitate to give us a thumbs up or subscribe to our channel. Okay, please also share this video so that others can see. Thank you. So you can see what I did. I closed the bust dart and I realized that there's a shortage at that point. So if you are used to this, you know that this happens often. So you just need to connect them again and then go ahead and cut it, so that by the time you open it, it will be covered properly. Okay, so after doing that, you can see that there's extra allowance there, so that's the necessity for it. So at this point, now that I've closed it, I'm going to take out that and show you what it looks like. You can see that it's matching now, so I'll just go ahead and cut it out. You can also watch me while I'm cutting it so that you don't make mistake. Please do not hesitate to share our videos, give us a thumbs up if you find this tutorial very helpful, and I'm sure this tutorial is well explained, although it might be a little fast, but if you take your time, you get to understand it. So this is what it looks like at the end of the day. Like I said, you don't really have to cut this into two, like separately. You can just cut it out on your fabric and place your dart. And like I said, if this was a princess dart, it would be connected to the armhole, but because it was not a princess dart, that is why I'm doing it like this. But trust me, it's going to work. Okay, so I'll show you what it looks like at the end of the video. So by the time you close the bust dart, you're also going to close here. So when you're transferring to fabric, you're going to be adding half of an inch all around the areas that you'll be joining, and for the side you can add maybe 1 inch or more, or whatever you want to use. Okay, so this is, I've labeled it center front and side front. We are going to work on the back piece now. So this is the back pattern paper that we are going to be using. I've already gone ahead to mark the center back line. I've gone ahead to mark my shoulder line, which is 7 inches. I came down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope, as you can see here. Now I've also marked the armhole depth just the same way we did it. Like I said, if you want a detailed explanation, check my description box. You see a detailed explanation on how to draft a basic bodice block. So I've gone ahead to mark my vertical measurement, and you can see that my waistline is 14.5, unlike the front that is 16 inches. So that is my shoulder to waist for the back. Okay, take note of that. Then from the waist, I marked 8 inches below so that I can have it accurately, just like the way I did in the front. Okay, I went ahead to label it the hip line. Now we are going to go ahead and fix the armhole and the neckline. So the neckline for the back, the depth is going to be 1 inch. You can use 1.5, you can use 1 inch. It totally depends on what you want. Then I'm going to connect it with the curve. Okay, so after doing that, I'll connect the armhole. So the difference in the front and the back armhole is that in this case, you're going to mark the midpoint only. You're not going to come in by 0.5 like we did for the front. Okay, I'm just going to mark it there, and I'm going to mark my bust measurement divided by 4 on the chest line. So I'll just connect it to that midpoint there like that, and I'm going to place my curve to connect it to where I mark the bust measurement on the chest line. As you can see, I did not go in by half of an inch like I did for the front. So after that, I will just go and input my body measurement. Okay, so before putting the body measurement, remember we are supposed to put our dart, but in this back I'm not going to put in a dart, although you can put a dart. All you need to do is just mark your bust span measurement, which is supposed to be 3.5 for me, connect them from the chest line to the hip, then take the darts allowance, maybe the half an inch on both sides, then connect them together just the same way we did it in the front. You just mark the half of an inch on both sides, but I'm not going to be taking a dart, so I'll just come from the waistline. So around the center back area, I marked 0.75. So you can mark 0.5 inches or 0.75. So I'm just going to connect it from the waist towards the chest line and then towards the hip. So I did not allow it to get to the hip entirely. I just a little bit above the hip. So you can see I've shaded that area to show that it's going to be cut out. So this is going to help the waist relax at the back. It will not have any form of bulging there. It will help you to relax properly when you wear the dress. Okay, so from there I will now take the waist measurement divided by 4, mark it, and the hip measurement divided by 4. Then I'm going to connect them together. So like I said, if you're going to be using a dart there, you're free to do that. Okay, you're going to just go ahead and do that. The next part is to get the hem area. Okay, so because I want it to be very accurate, I will just take my front piece for the side, and I'm going to place the waistline on the waistline like this, and I'm going to just go ahead and trace what I have there. So for me to get it well, you know, the front we did a dart intake there, but for the back we don't have any back intake. that intake rather, so it's going to be a little bit different. So that's why I'm going to just trace it out with my curve like this. Remember, we used 2.5 inches above the hip, so because I want it to be entirely the same, I'll just do this. This is going to give you a better result, especially for beginners. Okay, so at this point we've gotten our hemline. We're just going to go ahead and cut it out. Okay, we've gotten the neck and the waist area where we are going to, try to eliminate bulge at that point. So the next thing to do is just go ahead and cut it out. So if you find this tutorial helpful, please do not hesitate to subscribe to our channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always joining us and watching our videos. We really appreciate them. Okay, so after going to cut this out, this is what it's going to look like. I've labeled it there. You're just going to add half of an inch and cut 2 pieces of it on your fabric. Now this is what the front and the back looks like. As you can see, by the time you're done, you should be having something like this. You're just going to cut them into 2 and add half of an inch all through. So I'm trying to measure the side to see that they are aligned. So if you do not take note of the front and back measurement, you'll be having issues with the sides. Okay, so that's the reason why you have to ensure that they are equal. You can see that the back and the front is aligning at the side. Yes, so you're just going to go ahead and add your half of an inch, and for the side, add the allowance you want to use, then you cut it out. So for this front, I'm going to just go and join it so that I can show you what it looks like. After that, we're actually done with this tutorial. Now as you can see, I've gone ahead to close it to show you what it's going to look like. You can see the area where you have the bust. You can see how defined it's looking. You first of all close it from the bust dart. After closing for the bust dart, then you go ahead and close it from the waist area. You can see I just use my tape to hold it down just for us to see what it's going to look like, and it's already giving the shape. So we are done with this tutorial. If you find it helpful, please share our video and give us a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial, and if you have any question, please leave it in the comment section. Thank you.